Brother Damion, what's good with you?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. The Z Squad bros in the building.
New side bros in the
And
building.
business owners at that too.
Absolutely trying to
Yeah,
like
good
to
stuff. Good stuff, man. Look, we're just gonna jump right into it. I appreciate you coming on SCTV. One of the main reasons we launched this network was one to help inspire, educate, and empower not only just who are us, but just everyone about who you are, what you do. And I launched this around 3 months 3 months ago, which is the top of COVID-19, one to help me as a business owner because I need a way to market my clients better. But it's been helping tremendously. You know what I'm saying for small business because I think we need to have our voices heard. You know?
absolutely. I remember we talked about this originally and COVID hit and was like,
Yeah.
wait a second, got to postpone. I didn't know what was going on, right?
Right.
So
Exactly.
I'm glad you had time to squeeze me back in there.
Nah, I appreciate it too. So look, folks are driving up and down Central Avenue. Some of them could see District Jump in the back of the cut. For the people that don't know who you are, tell them your story, who you are, and what you do.
Perfect, perfect. Absolutely. So District Jump, we have an 85,000 square foot facility focused on just families and children just having a ball. We do birthday parties, we do private events. We actually do adult events as well. And I always careful when I say adult events, I say grown-up events, right?
Right,
Where
right.
we rent the spot out in the evenings as well. But, the main focus is on the kids. And so, our primary target is our children, school-age kids, I would say, well, I say school age, but anywhere from our primary target, 2 to 8 years old is our primary target.
Okay.
We have had a couple of preteen parties. We try to push those towards later in the evening so they can have the whole facility. We don't want them running over little kids and stuff like that. And so, so we're doing well, man. We've been open like a month and a half before COVID hit.
Right.
And so, it kind of took us, as you can imagine, as a new business owner, we
Yeah.
opened our doors and 6 months later, everyone's frantic, everyone's nervous.
Yeah.
Do we open? Do we not open? There
Right.
becomes this moral thing that comes in place over money. Just a
Course.
good human being. Do we stay open? Do we don't want to be part of the problem?
Right.
So we start like a lot of business 3 months, and so
Yeah.
not to get ahead of myself. That's kind of where we are. So that's who we are. Do um, birthday parties, private events. Open play is huge. One of the reasons we open the way we did, we have an open floor plan, is yes, we have private parties and we have packages for that as well. But sometimes you're just sitting at home on a Saturday after soccer practice or basketball
Yeah.
game or something like that, and you just want to go somewhere and not go home, sit on the couch. For us as parents, I feel like it's easier to make kids out of the house
Right.
versus sitting around it, and that's when they start fighting. So we have walk-ins, or we did at one time, but we've kind of gotten away from that. And we'll get
Yeah.
to that later on.
Right.
But we have walk-in. So that's what we are. That's who we are.
Yeah. Thank you for explaining. And you probably already said it, but how why did you decide to open up District Jump? You know what I'm saying? Like you see a young brother, doing different types of businesses. This, and it's not saying that it's not the norm, but why did you decide to open it?
Well, actually, we have been to a bunch of parties. Like I said,
Right.
opposite school, active in sports, Girl Scout, Cub Scouts, whatever. And so we just go to a lot of birthday parties. And, we live in the city. And,
Right.
we actually look at the space in the city. But just the cost per square foot and stuff like that, it's outside the city. And, we're tired of driving to Rockville and to Virginia and places like that.
Yeah.
Our lives are on the east side of the city, whether it's, in northeast or south. So we want to build something for us as well as, the Maryland side of, this part of Maryland as well, because it just needed it. This community over here is underserved. They didn't have anything like it.
Yeah.
And so that's why we did it. And so
Yeah.
we put
Nah.
together funds and tested and did it.
Nah, that makes perfect sense. My wife and I talk about it all the time, how we got to drive way outside of Prince George's County or to another county to look for different things to do. So it was ideal, man. And I remember visiting your spot, bro. I was like, this looks good. It's legit. You know what I'm saying? Like this a good setup. And so I'm really happy. And it's crazy because I think within you and other friends and clients that I were talking to, a lot of people were just launching their business or just kind of getting off the ground like in March. A lot of things were happening, and COVID smacked so many people in an interesting way. So talk about what have y'all been able to do to shift and pivot? because I know a lot of things took us some changes. You know,
Mhm.
you had some changes happen, and the pandemic caused a lot of people to make different moves as far as like business owners. So what have y'all been able to do as far as like shifting the business?
Great question. So, um, first, to be honest with you, first I had to just I can like kind of figure out what was going on, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's a
Right.
lot
Like
of information
everybody.
out there, what it was, where it came from, and a lot of that stuff is irrelevant. It's here, right? And so, you know, I would say first we just had to sit back and just do an analysis as to what we what would keep us in business, right? As well as what will actually make money and what's going to be safe.
Yeah.
And so, um, and so we did a whole bunch of, I guess, feasibility analysis on several things. Do we do a camp? Do we do this? Do we do that? Do we do a sports game? A lot of stuff came across, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what makes the most sense or what's most feasible was to stick to our model of having people bring in and having the camps come in,
Yeah.
um, and just figuring out a way to do what we do best, which is make sure that families can get out of the house, have a place to go to just let loose. Kids can go play. Parents can watch from afar,
Yeah.
per se, and I give parents a break, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that was, I don't know if I can't remember what your question was. I talk so much,
Oh no,
but
no, no. We're talking about like shifting. So, you know, a lot of people when
right,
March came
right,
in and even into February, we were all caught up trying to figure out first what's going on.
right,
Is this one
right,
of them things that's gonna blow by quickly? But like as a business
uh-huh.
owner, shifting means a lot. You know, so like
Yeah,
you know what is
yeah.
the shift was looking like for District Jump?
Right. Well, there was just a lot of options, right?
Yeah.
And so I think the biggest shift that we've taken based on what we found or which direction we're going to go in, we're going to stay the same course.
Yeah.
But it's just a different. I guess the shift was how do we continue to do what we've been doing, but implement the measures that are going to make it uh, first and foremost safe for myself, employees, and our patrons, right?
Yeah.
And then secondly, how do we make sure that our patrons feel safe enough
Right.
coming into our place,
Yeah.
so that they're not contracting something that they didn't ask for, and doing it in the most economically, I guess, efficient way to do that.
Hmm.
And
Right.
so that I would say that was the biggest shift, was to do the research.
Yeah.
Uh, Consultants come in,
Yeah.
talk to us a little bit about what we can do, what's
Yeah.
available, the technologies out there available, and
Yeah.
so that was the biggest shift.
Yeah.
Our business, I should say.
I think it's a learning experience for everyone. Even 3 months into it now, 4 months into it, it's still kind of a learning experience because we're all just trying to figure out one, is this going to go on for the next year? You know, we got families at home, but as we
Uh-huh.
operate our business, you know, what is the game plan, right? You know what I do like, man? I'm about to share screen your website right here. Can you see that?
Yep, there it is.
Yep. So what I
Mm-hmm.
do, you know, what I like about the website, brother, man, when did you guys put in here COVID-19 safety and all these updates in it? And that moves me into our next question. What precautions does your business have in place as you're looking at reopening, right? But I like that you got things on the website now. So talk about that.
Right, right. So we slapped that up last week. It's not done.
Yeah.
We just but definitely wanted to put something up because we're preparing to reopen.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, there because we've done so much. It's hard to keep track of exactly what we've done. But the main points are, just like most places, we are going to the hand washing and the masks
Hmm.
are mandatory, and all your regular stuff that most businesses, most smart business owners are doing to
Right.
keep the people safe, not be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution. Um, from the hand washing, the mask and stuff, but we're also going a step further where our every single morning you're going to have a temperature check
Yeah. Yep.
before you come in. Uh, and those patrons, so mom and dad, when you guys get ready to bring your little ones in, just be prepared. We
Yeah.
have touchless thermometers that will be taking everyone's temperature, and I think it's one of the biggest ways you can. Obviously, we know that asymptomatic, what makes COVID so dangerous is not just, how contagious it is, right? Because of the spikes on the virus, but also like, the people could have it and you won't know. But one of the biggest signs, one of the first telltales is, you're going to have a temperature, you're going to have a fever.
Right.
So checking everyone's temperature when you come in here. If you don't want to do that, then don't come. And I hate to say it harshly, but we're
Yeah.
trying to protect ourselves and our patrons, right? Um, but we've also, one of the biggest moves, and we just had a contractor in today. We've started that process.
Hmm.
We've got two 12 by 10 bay doors in the back. We will have them
Yeah, I
open.
like that. I saw you got it listed here too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you listen to Fauci, we thought it's a long time ago we were going to do this regardless, but
Hmm.
now they're saying like the air. You want the air thing. So we've had our air balancing company come in,
Yep.
and they tested our balancing, our air to fresh air to recycle air ratio. So that was already in place. We already had it, that fresh air up based on, we didn't mind paying a little extra money because we had that in place anyway, because we have a lot of children in here, a lot of people in here.
Right.
But that we're gonna have those bay doors open at all time
Right.
that help us have fresh air. We're not recycling the same air, whether it's dirty, whether it's clean, whatever, doesn't matter, because we're going to have less recycled air than your average place should go into.
Definitely.
We're
Definitely.
getting HEPA filter is going to be installed as well.
Nice.
Contractor here taking measurements for that. Hand washes, man, you come in.
Yeah.
We also have hand sanitized stations all around, in the front,
Mhm.
the back, and the middle.
Right.
All those things. If we have a birthday party, we've taken the tiles out of the party rooms, out of the ceiling, so that there's less recycled air inside those rooms. Those rooms are pretty big, right?
Right. Right.
But still, those can get a little closed off. So we've removed 50% of the tiles. So will you hear people from outside in your birthday party? Maybe if the party's a smaller one. But we'd rather you be safe than to have a little bit of noise or whatever, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
One of the biggest shifts, and they can read the website for the rest, but one of the biggest shifts that we made also are our open play. And this is huge. And so instead of just coming in open play, just kind of walking anytime you want,
Right.
we want you to register online before you come, because
With
now
appointments. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So we're going to limit that to 20 or 30 people that are come into the building. I think we're slotted for 42 people,
Right.
including staff. And so we want you to register before you come. And we're gonna have those 2-hour time slots, and we're gonna shut down for a half an hour. And we have these electrostatic cleaners that we're gonna spray everything down. And the cool thing is we don't have to touch the stuff, nor do we have to get every spot, because each of the atoms or neurons or electrons that are in this machine, that are positive charge, they're gonna do like a wraparound.
Right.
So the electron may land here, but it's actually going to clean on the backside of things. So,
Right.
we're ahead of it. We're doing, what the federal FDA standards are, and as well as state standards, but we're above and beyond that.
Right. Good stuff.
I feel good. I feel real good about it. If all that
So you
makes
said.
sense.
So you said you guys also gonna do face recognition too when people come. I'm joking, man.
Yeah, we have the cameras in the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have a warrant, don't come.
Hey, interestingly, man, what's interesting that's a whole nother conversation that's happening
Right.
in some other countries and other places, but I don't think folks will be down for that around here. But we won't even go.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
We won't even go with all that. Right. No, listen, and the thing is, I like the fact that, and I'm not gonna just say bruhs, because you're a business owner and I know who you are. The fact that all the precautions and you thinking way ahead of time, and the fact that you
Right.
being a parent and a business owner is so key. And I want to make sure that I
Yeah.
say that, because a lot of times when you have business owners, and not saying that most business owners are family people, but the fact that you have kids and you have kids
Right.
around the age that can integrate in your type of business, you understand the concerns of what parents may have, and that's so key in what you do. That parents like, look, he's a dad, their mom, they understand. So those kind of precautions, and I want patrons to understand that about you. Like, it's just not, hey, I'm just making business decisions and I'm gonna clean up. You got kids too, you know?
Right, absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. My kids just happen to be in our target range, so I live
Right.
with them. I know what they do. I see my kids; they wash their hands, but then they go do something silly
Right.
right behind it.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. You go outside, you touch something. Now you got your hands in your face. I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah, we have to be. We want people to stay vigilant, right?
Yeah. As we talk about like precautions and different things that you guys are doing, you just never know. I know how kids are. I know how, just some parents, and we're a little bit forgetful. Well, you also have masks, socks, and sand hand. Man, I can't say sanitizer on site. You know what I'm saying? For when you come there, Yeah. I went to school. Just kind of a
Yeah,
second precaution. You know what I'm saying? Will you have those on site?
yeah, absolutely. We have mask ones. We have two sets of masks. We have one if you
Yeah.
forget, you can buy one for a lower price. We also have district jump
Yeah.
masks as well. We've got mom and dad size. We got kid sizes. So absolutely. I mean, yes, we're prepared for that. So if you
Yeah.
if you happen to leave a mask at home and you're driving around, you don't want to go home, but you don't have your mask on, we have those here for you. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I'm gonna talk about this towards the end. But one of the things we do on SCTV is like we analyze the business as we talk to them. We kind of get a gist of who you are and what you do. I do have some cool advice that I want to shoot your way. It's another fact to help parents and people feel comfortable. So make sure I don't drop that point
Okay.
because I want to make sure I go back to that. So me and you just talked a few minutes ago. We don't know what the rest of
Okay.
2020 is gonna look like. What are the plans,
Right.
or what does life look like for business? And I'm not going to say post COVID-19. I'm just saying, what does it look like moving forward as far as like, hey, look, we've made the shift, we pivoted, we're moving things around, we're taking our precautions. But what does life look like after, this is over,
Right. Well, great question, and I do have my opinion on that.
Yeah, yeah,
I just feel like COVID is one of those things that to me that we're all gonna have to adjust to,
yeah,
right? I don't know that it will ever go away,
yeah,
meaning completely. There's gonna be people that will refuse to get a vaccine.
right.
Uh, it's like the flu. We'll never get rid of the flu. We'll never get rid of the common cold, right? But we
Hmm,
can
hmm.
eliminate factors that contribute to us contracting it or whatever, right?
Right, right,
So we're not gonna say business as usual because that's kind of foolish.
right.
But we're going to continue to move forward in the safest way possible. And then, hopefully this vaccine will come out, towards the end of the year, beginning of next year or whatever. And then, and maybe we can pull back like the face masks and stuff like that, post COVID or, or I don't know what we'll call it. Post vaccine, COVID vaccine, maybe we can call it.
Yeah, post something,
Yeah,
right?
post
Post
something,
2020.
right?
Post
Yeah,
2020 because
yeah.
2020 was interesting, right?
Yeah, my timing is impeccable, right, for going
Yeah,
into business or whatever.
yeah,
But going forward from now throughout 2020,
yeah,
we're gonna continue to run the business in the safest way possible based on science.
yeah.
Um, I have a degree in biology, and my focus was life science, and with that came cell biology, microbiology. Uh, my professor, one of my professors was an immunologist, and so was her specialty, and because of that she taught us a certain way, and so I feel like I don't know it all. I'm not a doctor. I'm not even a lab person or whatever, but I think with my training, collegiate training, I get a handle, I got an understanding of what to do and what not to do. So we're gonna follow the science and do what science says we should do. And and when the science says, you can open up, not even just open up, but you can be less cautious, then we will. But until then, we'll continue to run the business in the most cautious way possible. That I should say cautious, but safest way possible, where and have as much fun as employees, because I'm an employee of my business as well,
Hmm.
and patron. I'm a patron because my family has done birthday parties and events here also, so I'm here all the time. And so that said, that's where we're going to go until we receive notice from the science community that we can
Right.
do otherwise.
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Feeling secure as a friend, a business owner, and also the bros, I feel even more secure now because I didn't know you was a biology major. See,
Oh well,
folks,
thank you. Thank you.
folks out here not knowing bros are smart.
Right, right,
They're not
right,
just,
right, right, right.
folks that was in school hopping around and doing crazy What'd you
Right.
say? Biology, bro? What else?
Yeah. What's that? That was
Me-
it. Just biology. That was
Chemical
enough, man. Come
science,
on.
chemical engineering. What you say? Nah, that's good. No,
Right.
seriously, that's good stuff. No,
Mhm.
and it really is. And while I joke about it, it's actually not even a joking matter. I think one of the greatest things about having this platform to talk, you get an opportunity to really know the person. You get an opportunity to really understand the business. You get a really opportunity to dive into who this person really is. And it may be
Right.
something small, right? And it may be something small that people don't really recognize. But like everything that you said, spot on. But just to know that from, like you said, from a scientific perspective, you're really looking at things on a whole nother level, and that's real. You know,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm happy you mentioned that. I'm happy you reminded folks that you brothers just don't go to school and graduate. You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah. No matter what the stereotypes are.
right? They actually know something. So let me tell you this.
Right,
You
right.
hit so many points as a business owner. You didn't even know that this was coming up. March gets here, opened up a business, you start making moves. But I think that one thing that I realized, man, and I just got to say this: cats that attend HBCUs, seriously,
Mm-hmm.
real talk. Um, and I got to mention this because it's part of you. Cats that are Greek HBCU graduates, we have a resilience of truly fighting through life. So I'm
Right,
not
right.
even surprised that it happened and panic was not even part of stepping into like who you are and what you do. You was ready to figure out how this was going to happen and how y'all going to move forward anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
salute you on that, bruh. Seriously.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I
That
appreciate it.
and that follows up with a question. I'm like, you created a blueprint not just for your business, but for people to follow
Mhm.
and really understand. What advice and
Right.
tips can or inspiring words can you give other business owners? They may be in different mindsets right now because they either have shut down and they ain't figure it out, or two, they're in the middle of figuring things out. But I think what you've done is amazing. What you're going to
Mhm.
continue to do for District Jump is amazing. Share any advice or tips or inspiring words that you would tell any other business owner that's dealing with COVID and reopening right now.
Got you.
Yeah.
I would say, reach out to your network.
Hmm.
One thing I've noticed, I mean, this is not my only business. It's the biggest project I have going on right now, but thankfully, as entrepreneurs, and this as well as I do, as an entrepreneur, you just know other entrepreneurs, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And so lean on your network, lean on your network and see what others are doing during these times.
Hmm.
I had a talk with someone yesterday, and it wasn't an entrepreneur introduced myself and another entrepreneur yesterday. We had a talk. Within 10 minutes, I was like, you know what? You and I are not going to have much to do together, but I got another entrepreneur you should talk to. I connected them, called that person on the phone, talked to them for like 3 minutes, and then called the other guy back. I was sitting on the phone listening to these two talk for 45 minutes because I knew that they would work. So,
Right.
lean on your network, and see what others are doing to be successful and run ideas by each other. I
That's
would
key.
say, put money. Believe it or not, Jeff Bezos did this as well,
Yeah.
right? Probably the richest man in the world.
Right.
He told the board, like, listen, money's got to come second. Safety has to come first.
That's real.
And if you I can put safety first, and if others will hopefully see and feel that, and so then they will start to patronize your business, and
Right.
knowing that you take safety, uh you take it seriously. Like, we don't my wife and I don't hang out with, if you're not nervous, we don't want to hang with you.
Right.
COVID is serious. It's a serious thing,
That's true.
right? And so if you are not nervous, we want nothing to do with you,
Right.
right? Our
Yeah.
kids don't come around you, we won't come around you or anything.
Yeah.
So, we're going to open up, but we want it to be safe because we take it serious, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And then the third thing I would say, is, do everything you can do to not be a part of the problem, and be part of the solution,
That's
as
key.
we all, because we're all in this, business
Right.
owner, non-business owner, employee, um, unfortunately not employed at this point. A lot of us are we're all in this the same part, we're all in this together, although it may have affected us a little differently, right? And
Hmm.
so yeah, so just do what you can to not be part of the problem, and be part of the solution, no matter what people are saying that's not right.
Yeah. That's real. And you sound like me and my wife and the people that are around us. Precaution, safety is our number one thing. And I'm
Right, right.
fortunate right now. I got a 21-year-old, I got an 11-year-old, but we're all on the same page. My son is like, nah,
Yeah,
got some
yeah.
friends that were trying to hang out. I was like, nah, we good. A couple of months that we
Right,
not doing
right.
anything, I'll see you in 2021. We're okay. Now, if you want to talk, we talking 8 feet apart. My daughter was like, no,
Yeah, yeah,
we getting on virtual games together. That's it.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
think, and I'm happy that they've taken the same mindset that we've taken as parents because playing around with this and not taking it seriously, for me,
Right.
regardless of what all the naysayers and the conspiracy folks
Right.
and everything that's out there and what they're doing, it's better to be safe than sorry. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Last question, and this is a key.
Okay.
And all I see in my eyes right now is like moms. I don't know why. Of course,
Right.
dads too,
Right.
right? What would you
Right.
say to
Right.
a parent that is hesitant about visiting your place? You got safety
Okay.
precautions in place, you got them on the website, but what would you say directly to a parent that's still hesitant?
Okay. I would say, uh, if you're hesitant and you're nervous about this thing, then you're the person we want here, right? We've taken every precaution that we know of as of right now,
Hmm.
as well as we've gone beyond that,
Yeah,
right? With the fresh air. And this is all, we're taking a science-based approach to make the place as safe as possible. Can we eliminate the risk of you and your family contracting COVID? Absolutely no one can. The only way to do that is sit in your house and not go out, right? But if you must go out and you feel the need to go out, or then know that District Jump is probably one of the safest places that you're going to go to, where you can kind of let loose a little bit,
yeah,
and just have escape the bugs. Now, like in the last 2 weeks now, the bugs are back out, and the heat is now here. And it sucks to go to the park with the kid. It does. I mean, I go bike ride with my kids, and it's like I got to drink a gallon of water.
man,
I
I'm a
slept so
city
good last night.
boy. I hate
Yeah,
bugs.
yeah, 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 man.
Right.
So we did the family, the four of us went out last night. We did a bike ride. I mean, we were probably out like an hour, but I mean, I woke up because I was just exhausted. It was hot.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so if you want to escape that, we've got the air conditioning on, we've got the HEPA filters, we got the fresh air coming in.
yeah,
Everybody wears masks, and so we're taking temperatures, and so we're doing everything we can and that we know to do to
yeah,
make this safe as possible
yeah,
as it can be, because we want you to come
yeah.
and feel safe. And the only way to do that is that you're going to feel safe coming, and I think you should
Right.
feel safe.
Man,
So
with that being said, man, I think that says it all. You know, I mean, I think communication is key. Getting a message out to parents, of course, and if kids see their parents feel comfortable, then they're comfortable too. You know, that's key.
right, right,
Parents kind of lead the way. But before we go, one of the things I wanted to advise to talk about, and y'all might want to look into this and see if it's something you want to do. Me as a
right,
parent and also a business owner, but when I walk in somewhere, you know what additionally makes me feel good? When I walk in and I see like how-to videos, or I see instructional videos, or I see videos, or it's just playing, and it's like a loop. But I see when you come in, everything that they're telling us to do, I actually see it on a screen. And it's like when you come here, we're having
right,
temperature checks, and you see kind of the talent per se. You see him checking the temperature. Properly place your mask on, and then you see like we also have separate. You showed a shot of all the additional masks, additional socks, hand sanitizer, and in between. And this is like could be like a 30 or 60-second piece. In between, we're
right,
cleaning. You
right.
see the spray. Shh. You can tell me all day long that you spray, clean, disinfect, but if you show me that you're doing it, oh man, I'm like, man, it's clean as crap in there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes,
air fresh
yes,
quality in there. We're seeing
absolutely, absolutely.
society. Yeah,
Yeah, that visual, right?
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a couple of videos that'll be published soon.
yeah,
On what is electrostatic cleaning? Like I
yeah.
could say what it is,
That's
you say
right.
what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you're absolutely right, and we'll make some more.
yeah,
We've actually partnered with a hand washing company,
yep.
just teaching them how to wash their hands.
Nice. Yeah, good stuff.
So all that is coming, and we'll have that on the site. We're running around here scrambling right now,
Yeah,
to try to look for that to be updated on our website. We're going to take your word,
yep.
take your suggestions, and add it to our site.
Man, I
So
appreciate you
thank you.
jumping on the Zoom call. SCTV appreciates you as a business owner, a friend, a parent, a bruh, an HBCU grad. Thank you so much for sharing that knowledge. And we just look forward to sharing this information with the world. And good luck to you too, bruh.
Absolutely, and I really appreciate you taking the time to have a talk, man. It's always good to
Definitely.
talk to you. I learn something every single time.
How can I get a shirt?
Absolutely, man. Hey, check us out too,
Yeah.
www.districtjump.com. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Everything's
Hmm.
District Jump. Yeah, we got all that locked down. And, we post semi-weekly. We'll be posting more. All the how-to videos, like you said.
Hmm.
What are we doing to stay safe?
Good
The
stuff.
best way to what we're doing
Good
is to
stuff.
follow us on our social media.
Yep. Well, look, man, be safe, you, your family, and the business, and I wish y'all nothing but success.
So I appreciate it. True.